Any expectations from this other team?
That's again, nothing's really glaring that sticks out. Looking at some of their past history and whatnot, you do have some of the guys. Rise has been on the roster since season 34, Crane since season 33, Wanderer since season 35, which is last season. The other two are newer, where you have Climmy, who has a lot of open experience, and then ZWS was on two different IM teams last season. Now he's on this team here. You really just don't know. They have a core three, obviously, that has been together for at least one season, a couple of them more than that. Does that help them in their team chemistry and make sure that they can, put them over the edge to be the better team? I just don't know. At this level, when you see that something like that and you see a couple players that have hopped around a couple different teams last season, you just don't expect much from them. I typically expect something a little bit puggier, not as structured, where they just kind of run around, probably play the disrespect game like we've seen, and just go for the frags.
Yeah, and that's so the one player that stuck out to me was Wonder, and his alias looks super familiar. And this guy, I looked at his history on his ESEA page, and has just got this gigantic just listing of 1.6 CSGO history, where it's just open IM, open IM, open IM, IM, like since conception of Counter-Strike, basically. So you've got a guy who's been here forever, but has never really done much with it. Which, I mean, technically you could say the same thing about I got into main, but that was pretty much it. But I mean, these are the kind of players that you look for when you look at a roster and you say, okay, what can they bring to the table? Well, they've got the history, they've got, potential brain matter behind that, but can they put it together in a season? We're going to find out tonight, and hopefully, again, NoLove being that we are essentially rooting for them, hopefully they can pull it off and get on the 3-2 record and start to turn things around. Definitely want to see more of what we saw from Dwizzy. You guys are about to see the highlight reel from last week here in a couple of minutes. Guy was a machine. I think he was like 29-8, something like that, like just dominant, and he hardly died. I think it was actually like 29-14, but it was to the point where he was very clearly driven, to the point where he didn't want to lose that game, but the rest of the team just couldn't keep up with him. And we've talked with the NoLove guys before, and they've told us, like, sometimes we have nights where just one guy's clicking and everyone else isn't showing up, and that was the first time we've actually seen that in a match where the rest of the guys were just pedaling behind him. So hopefully tonight we see a much more together NoLove team. That's what I'm hoping for. Matt, outside of that, anything else you want to add to it?
No, I think that you're absolutely right. The success of NoLove comes from when everybody is doing their part. It's not just one or two. You can win games with one or two, but you can't do it consistently. And we haven't seen NoLove do it yet. You're right. Dwizzy 28-17 with 2 assists, 117 ADR. He had two 4Ks, three 3Ks. I mean, the kid played absolutely amazing. Did everything that he could to keep NoLove in the game, and it just wasn't enough. When we see them have success, their utility usage is absolutely immaculate, and they all put in work together. Everybody plays their role. So I think that that's what we need to see again if we're going to see this consistency and see them get to where they need to go.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see where they opt. They've been talking about loving to start on the terrorist side, but yep, they're going to opt for CT tonight. They're going to make sure that they get a strong start into the Counter-Strike game, which is a very good call. They're going to have to change it up just a little bit. Last time they struggled on their T side. When they finally got to CT, they could not turn things around and win the pistol. So what I'd like to see right away is 2 headshots from Pat and a pistol win for NoLove. Well, we'll see how things go.
Love the 2 headshots from Pat on a CT pistol with the Silence USP. It is almost a guarantee if he is set up at the site that they go to, and it looks like they're going to head towards B on the T side. Pat's going to be here waiting. Eat them alive. Don't make me sound dumb.
I love the dualies. I love the dualies too. Bears Boys usually gets very dirty with the dualies early. So the fact that he's there and waiting with 2 guns instead of just 1 Usually he cleans house with them, and here they come. Flashbang being thrown over from B. Actually, that's a smoke. Grenade and Flash is now raining in. Bears boys with the P250s, or with the dualies, excuse me. Finds one, looking for a second. Can't quite find the connection, and Pat is eliminated as well. So he's out of the round. It's a 3v4 retake situation. 2 players coming from market, 1 player coming from flank. That's Hard Fluff on the flank. Rise right now with 2 kills on the round. Make that 3 kills on the round. He had a heck of a time with the Glock there and got incredibly busy with it. And sure enough, Balenciaga Bandits will take round 1 very swiftly.
Really nice pistol by them. I'm actually a little surprised at the structure and how well developed that pistol was. They head out towards B fast. You think you might just get a fast train B. Instead, they slow it down. They have great utility usage. They're able to get into the site 3 different people with only having contact from Bears Boys, who picks up 1 kill, but he's not able to do anything else with it. They crunch Pat, and that's basically round over from there. Great job from them.
AWS underneath this balcony and 1 sitting Tetris side. Again, the Augs can be massive with the retake, but Crane will take the head off of Bears Boys. Nat gets busy with one of his own. Hard Fluff also answers onto him. Nat looking to trade out, but he's completely blind. Will eventually find Crane, but gets traded. It's a 1v1. All up to Dwizzy now. Dizzy versus Wanderer. Wanderer trying to buy some time. Dwizzy sticking the bomb. There's a 10-second defuse. Had that man had a kit, that very well could have been his round, but Wanderer will eventually go wide and clean up the very first gun round for the Bandits.
Great start for NoLove. Dwizzy getting the opening pick. They play a complete retake. Pat, way too aggressive on stairs. He continues to shoulder peek the Palace angle, while Rise is also doing the same shoulder peek with the Galil, and Rise is just putting more bullets into him than Pat is. Pat goes to the well one too many times, ends up paying for it with his life. That starts to crumble. They bring it down to the 1v1. Dwizzy just can't capitalize. Invest and hurt their economy. Here's a Nat getting a chance to go off. He's going to miss the first. He's going to miss the second. He has to fall away from the molly. Really unfortunate.
Even more interesting, though, is even though he missed 2 shots, look at Balenciaga Bandits. They've completely fallen off of middle. 2 will decide to reaggress a little bit, but mostly going back completely away from the strategy. It looked like they were almost going for like a fast connector play in middle, but then just decided completely against it. I don't know if they missed some utility. Maybe they just didn't like the idea that the op was there, even though he wasn't hitting shots. But now they're going much more safe. 1 underpass, 2 top middle, 1A and 1B. Just a straight default. And there's a window securing it. He only had to worry about connector. Decided to get a little too peeky, though, towards Palace. Now, Bears will find 1, but there's many more coming behind them. They are starting to head their way over towards B. Nat got busy with 2 of his own at the rotation, and Dwizzy gets called off by the terrorist who was flanking around from Palace. The 1v3, Hard Fluff at window. Contact will be there, and yeah, he goes a little bit too wide there. The Wonder loses his head. Wonder, 2v1, gets up, 7 HP remaining. Literally 1 bullet will do it from any gun, from any direction, from anywhere, through any wall. 8 seconds remaining. They're just going to opt to not even peek him here. Good decision from NoLove, making sure they're not risking any more guns after finally picking up their first round. Smokes out. The Bloom coming in. A beautiful execution. Dwizzy goes wide. The flash is there. He'll find 1 through the wall, but not quite able to do anything else. Now, Bears will go wide. Pat will also go wide. So the battle of the trades is there. The 2v2. Pat needs to be very calm here, as he is on an island. They know exactly where he's at, and his teammate cannot support him currently with that AWP. He needs to survive. Very important part of this round. Top stair, he's going to continue to peek, and he gets dropped. No reset, but Nat will find the trade. Bomb in firm hands of Crane, but Nat's not quite sure exactly where he's at. There's no call. The plant coming in firmly, so he'll have an idea. He's going to start working his way around jungle. Yacht makes this clutch just a little bit more difficult, especially if Crane does exactly what he's done. Now they're both opting for the AWP. Crane gonna hold the sliver. Top Tetris. Nat just cleaning out each angle. He's coming directly to where the scope is! And he doesn't connect. Crane too slow on the gun trigger. There's smoke going in firm hand. Needs to touch that bomb. 4 seconds on the defuse. The op going to be too slow. The Glock shot's coming in. He will still manage to lose the round. Crane going to hit the headshot at the very last possible minute, and Nat, unfortunately, just can't pull the wires fast enough.
That right there, I think you're better off throwing your smoke towards the ramp. That doesn't hinder your vision. that hinders the T's vision, right? He has to push out through that smoke. He can take one shot, and if he misses, now you know he's running at you. That's an easy fake, easy kill. Clean up the round. You had the kit. That's pretty tough right there.
It is very tough, and being that he had the kit, he had the time, right? I mean, that's an important thing as a terrorist, is knowing exactly how much time you got left. Crane had none. He was up against the clock, and one smoke thrown just a little bit better makes all the difference in the world. Look at this, though. You've got a total A execute coming out with a one top mid. There's nobody in A bomb site right now for the CT side. There's nobody home. They're all positioned for completely different things. Pat with a deagle always likes to get busy. Not with the op, though. Will come up from Tetris and CT, and he'll get some of his own. He's going to flash off a little bit. Teammates are starting to get dropped. Wizzy finally Nat gets a third. Looking for a fourth now to complete the round. Bears boys rotating over. He's going to make first contact, and he'll get the kill. So thankfully, from the CT play from Nat, we missed a couple of the shots, but he was able to get busy because there was no firm smoke and control there. They opted for more of like a walkout style strategy, which just allowed the op to go crazy with it.
Getting the kills for him and trying to pick him up. They just got to put it all together. Oh, Pat, great underpass push, great tempo change. Going to pick up the first one. It's going to be a 5v4 for NoLove for this round.
Yeah, last time they tried that with an MP9. The distance was a factor. This time, Pat with an M4, able to take control of that, no problem. Does not know that the other one aggressed into apartments, so that's the only question mark right now. Nat will find one of his own also on the right at top middle. And there you go. See, that's the problem, is they were not aware climbing was where he was. They got aggressive and a little too far onto the round. So the trades are there. It's a 3v4. One player is just freely getting in the jungle. Wizzy literally looks away at the worst possible timing, and he'll lose his life because of it. He knows he's in jungle. The last player is rotated around. They still think it's actually more of a B-style execution, but it's coming A. And that is there patiently waiting at CT. Smoke gonna buy the terrorists in separation. There's a sliver and there's a hope that Nat can possibly get around this. The plant gonna try to go free. He's gonna walk around the plant and he is still gonna secure it. But he does lose his life. It's all up to ZWS. He's got that connector angle. Hardfluff needs to make the difference. And there you go. If that's going to be a kill that you get in the game, at least it's your second on the scoreboard. That was a very good shot from Hardfluff, and he'll secure it. Takes the AK into the next round. 6-4, your score line. CT economy is burning, though, Matt. But here's a fast A fake. Look at the CTs. They're biting hard on this. Bears alone at B. He's on an island again. He's got one kill, but there's two more directly behind him. Can he hold it? Can he secure it? He does. He secures the plant. The bomb is down. Now I know exactly where the bomb is coming from. The terrorists are going to have to rotate all the way around the map. We're going to go ahead and watch Crane here, as Crane has got to hold onto his life and onto the bomb, but he cannot. Hardfluff comes from their side, knocks him out silly. Balenciaga Bandits in a lot of trouble here, as they're going to try to retake the area from Catwalk. Hardfluff, well aware, turns. Come down to timing here. He's going to walk up the catwalk. Rise is going to be looking the other direction. He finds one, looking for a second. Can't quite secure it, but the damage is there. Dwizzy, going to be your next man of contact. Actually, that'll be Nat in Palace. He'll finish it off. That'll be a great round for NoLove, as they secure their 5th on the half. And just a well-played job by Bears, making sure that the fake definitely pulled his team, but did not pull the anchor. The anchor stayed and did his job and got 2 big kills.
He played that B anchor to a T. You do not move until bomb is called on that site. He gets 2 for his life, drops the bomb and buys his team enough time. Great job on the rotation. Hardfluff picking up a couple of his own. Wonderful, wonderful round.
Absolutely. Pistols coming through fast. Connector. Now you start to see a little bit of this confidence from NoLove. Going through the smoke. They're peeking. They're relaxing. They're showing some cards. They're getting busy with it. The pistols, obviously, now that they know they have them, they're all looking for a little bit of money, making money right now. And last man standing in Wanderer. He gets cleaned up. 6-6. We're all tied up. And NoLove, finally, for the first opportunity tonight, has a chance to pick up the lead. And he forced another eco-style play here. Deagles across the board, some armor, but really nothing to be had. B should be easily shut down. Bears boys with a very calm plays from the AUG. Cleans it up with a Deagle as well. 8-6 your score line. And as if all the stars have aligned, 1 round away from a 9-6 half.
Bears boys and his egg on B. Name me a more iconic duo. I will wait. Wonderful 3K. I know it's against pistols. We've seen them struggle with that a couple different times these last couple of matches. This time they shut it down. They don't give up anything. Absolutely. Chef's kiss, baby.
Players saying chair, one underpass. Underpass decides to go backwards, back into B app. So they got 4 players favoring B. Bears Boys has since repositioned. He's at the top of B apartments. He's in a really good position. He hasn't played this any round yet. They probably would not clear this right away. Literally, not one round. He's played every single other angle but this. Even if a flash were to get him, he'd be able to be pretty much secure there. Gonna be a big round for him. I feel it already. Does try to clear it. Gets 1. Make that 2. Looking for a 3rd. Can't quite get it, but Climbing will clean him up. It's a 4v2. Beautiful 2K from Bears Boys. Plant will go down. Should go down simply, but he decides to get off the plant at the last possible minute. Is not what you want to see happen. You would definitely prefer to have that plant, especially if you're Rise now in this 1v4. He'll find 2 kills. The Cat player is doing a lot of work. He almost makes that shot happen, but Hard Fluff from the side will find Rise, thankfully, in the nick of time, because that looked like that was going to get dangerous. 9-6, NoLove. Starting off like, I think it was a 4-1, 5-1 deficit. Now finds their way, finds their lead, and is 9-6 at the end of the half.
Beautiful stuff from Beers Boys yet again. If you got a beer in your hand, raise it up for the man. That was absolutely wonderful. He's in a great position. I don't think he's played that a single round this entire season on Mirage, and this is the 3rd time they played Mirage. He ends up picking up 2, does a good deal of damage for the 3rd, and then the teammates rotate very well. Right there at the end, it got a little sketchy, okay? You don't want to take those 1v1 peeks to the op, especially in Palace. He can defend himself extremely well from there and take and isolate fights that he wants. Luckily, he whiffs on Hard Fluff on the flick. Hard Fluff's able to pick him up and finish off the round. Great job coming all the way back to the 9-6. It's exactly what I talked about. Use the momentum, use the confidence that you have, and just roll it all the way through. They did that, and now they need to continue that to the Pistols.
There's 1 person underneath balcony, 1 person jungle, 1 person CT. CT completely smoked off. Crane is on an island right now. He looks for 1, gets 1, secures a 2nd on Bears Boys, but Twizzy will thankfully get involved. Nat gets 1 at jungle of his own. Climbing goes around into the stairway. 3v3. He finds an easy kill. No. Can't quite connect right away, but he eventually will secure the kill. 1 goes jungle around behind him. And they just exchange shots, but don't do any damage to each other. He's got to be my player to watch here. He's got a P250. He's got a really, really poor position for movement at Firebox. Gets around behind him, thankfully, as the CTs don't want to look to give up a number. 1 whole minute left to play. They're going to isolate this player at B. This is perfect. They can start to go whichever direction they want. Looks like Cat is going to be their preference. The player pushes up through underpass, and the CT rotation comes in. They're going to try to rotate and beat them back into the B-bomb site. Unfortunately, though, Nat goes hunting and loses his life. Bomb out. Wizzy realizes here's another footstep. Finds 1 at bench. The P250. Still not quite connecting. The USP. The dance. Trade. Not there. Wanderer wins the headshot battle. And NoLove now 0-4 on pistols in 2 matchups. And those are in good positions. There's top balcony. There's Pat eliminating the shot that he needs to make there. Going in the CT. Nothing is home right now. Waiting for a flash to call from his teammate. Flash goes wide. Pat does as well. Almost gets a 2nd kill on the round. Does plenty of damage. But unfortunately, Bears Boys by himself can't clean that up. 1 towards jungle. And the MP9 will win the fight. Hard Fluff on an island. Nat with the op. Does tons of work. It's a 1v1. Just like that from 1v3. The the M4 and ZWS. Nothing on bomb. He's got Cat. This should be an easy win for Nat. This angle is perfectly primed for the win. And Nat will get 2 of the fastest kills. Couldn't even change cameras before making it a 1v3 down to a 1v1 and secures the round, Matt.
That's what I'm talking about from Nat. That's exactly what I wanted from him when we first talked about this and you said, hey, you got anything else? Yeah, I want to see Nat get on this op and start doing damage. That was absolutely beautiful to watch.
Not very close at all. Crane, Deagle finds nothing. Pat gets the kill there. Rise, we knew exactly where he was at. He actually ended up rotating in the window where he is now stuck. That AWP, but he decides to go around a CT. There's going to be 3 players on the CT side, literally sitting in the ticket booth area. The terrorists are walking right into a trap. They're all over the place. 1 player eliminated by Pat. Pat decides to continue to get aggressive. He could use a team flash here, and he will not get it. Rise will make the quick scope onto him. 3 kills on the round, looking for the 4th. Basically looking to be the hero up on the round at this point, buying it off from the rest of his team, saying, let me take this round, guys. Let me secure it for you. Misses the spam. Hero up is in another hands player. Rise gets 4th. Looking for the 5th. Can he beat Nat in this situation? Nat finds another one. He knows exactly where he is. The Molly's going to buy him time to rotate around. This is crucial. Nat goes up the way. Cat makes the jump. This is going to be unpredictable from Rise. Rise is going to have no idea where Nat's positioned. This is a perfect play from Nat, who will secure a 3K on the round while Rise is up trying to get the ace up hero play. We know the true hero. We see him. It's Nat.
I want the Nat spam in chat right now. That is incredible. 2 rounds in a row, you bail your team out with insane plays. That first shot on the CT swinging with the flash was so quick. And then he plays it perfectly. The jump out window, not an easy jump to hit. I certainly can't do it. Gets to Cat on the beautiful reposition and nails it. Unbelievable. That is what I love to see, Nat. Let's go.
Really nice. You called him out early in pregame, too. You said you want to see Nat get involved tonight, and he is incredibly involved. NoLove doing an anti-eco right now. There's 4 players on CT going for a total save, and they're all kind of more geared up towards a ramp presence. One player going to try to fake by himself at B, and the call should be clear that it's not anything there, as Climby's got the information that it's just one player. And here we go. A execution coming out for A. Wonder on an island in sandwich. Finds one. Looking for a second for the spray down. Not there. They did a really good job of peeking out elevated positions. Makes it very difficult. The Rise, though, again, getting involved with that AWP. Finds one on the round. Is it going to be better than the 3 players left alive on NoLove? Nat already getting involved onto the trade for ZWS. Time is ticking down. Rise, last man standing, 1v2, Nat at connector. And the ops battle again will be lost. Rise proving he's got what it takes, but not enough to take Nat out.
Yeah, it looked great from him. He's able to hop up out of that smoke and win the fight 1v1 against Wizzy from the top of Ticket, fall down. Puts himself in a pretty good position to possibly squeak out around there. But Nat too quick. Pat in a great position to trade him, even if he does hit that shot. They had a great crossfire going. Beautiful job from NoLove, and now they're against 2 Deagles, 2 MP9s, an M4. Really no utility. This should be game, set, match as long as they play this properly.
It's going to be rough for ZWS, who's only got an MP9. They're not even going out towards him. Instead, they're deciding to go around, and he's just on a floating block of ice right now, and it's melting away around him as these players are there. But his CT teammates are rotating into him. This is where he gets into trouble. He actually finds Nat late from that angle. That's a big kill. 2v3 now, make it a 2v2. Pat finds one of his own. Hard Fluff is incredibly low, 19 HP. Needs to find a headshot quickly if he wants to make the difference. Definitely possible with the AK. Gives himself some spread out space with that smoke grenade. So basically he's going to put Pat in a situation where he's got to stay alive. And he's going to do it. This smoke play at Market is incredibly big. He's just going to wait for the CTs to go right into him. Finds one at Cat. Went through window. Can't find a connection. Finds the trade. Ooh, and by God, the time is just not enough. Even if Pat would have died there, the time would not have been enough. There's no kid in his hands. That's going to be it. Wanderer gets dropped. Pat wins the round, and there we go. Back on the winning side of the scoreboard is NoLove. 3-2 on the season, and like we said, it was an important matchup. This team was no slouch. They definitely came to show up and play. They won both pistols, but unfortunately for them, could not string together enough gun rounds to make the difference against NoLove tonight.